Nuclear missile ready.
Welcome everybody, welcome back guys. As always, we're here for the ATL Americas Pro match between, let's see, Nocturnal Gamers and Alpha X. We're heading into the second game. They actually played the first game already. Score is 1-0 in favor of Alpha X, so Vindicta playing against Jig in the first match. Vindicta was able to pull out the first win, and now we're gonna go ahead into the second game, which will be on the map of Thunderbird. This is of course week number 1, so the first match of the Americas Pro division. And by the way, before we get into the match, let's go ahead and take a look at our Americas Pro division. As you can see, oh, actually, let's go ahead into the NA Pro here. Oh, this is the NA Pro. Okay, so we have two groups, Group A and Group B. We're in Group B, of course, here, down in the bottom. And actually, this season is pretty short. It looks like we're only having 5 weeks, it seems. So every match, every win counts in the regular season. Definitely want to secure a top seed so that you can at least advance to the playoffs. Alpha X, we finished 3rd place last season against. We lost to Bear Me in the 3rd place match. Oh no, we won against Bear Me in the 3rd place match and was able to secure the 3rd place as well as a nice decent prize pool of I think around $91. So definitely want to do even better this season and claim the #1 spot. Before we do so, let's go ahead and update the scoreboard. 1-0 best of 5, and here we go. Spawning at the bottom right, we have our red Protoss. From the team of Alpha X, it is Australia. And spawning at the top left corner of the map, we have our blue Zerg player. From Nocturnal Gamers, he is Zakro. All right, Thunderbird. One of the quirks of this map is the mineral line in the middle of the map, where you have to at least send a worker to mine it so that it can actually make a free pathway. We'll see if either player decides to do so later in the game, but in the meantime, we do have a early scout by Australia. Gonna go ahead and check out to see if there's any rush, any 12 pool, 13 pool. But we'll see that there is going to be a hatch opening by Zakro. Also, one of the things about this map is that there is an easy dirt blaze. So usually on this map, you will see a lot of macro games. Like generally, I'm not saying all games will be macro, but most of the time you usually see macro games here because there is an easy dirt base, as well as it is difficult to kind of zigzag across the map if you're trying to rush without mining out these mineral and creating a pathway, an easier pathway. So usually you don't see a lot of rushes from Zerg, at least. And we'll see what Zakro goes for. I mean, there is of course the recent, I guess, common meta of Nidus. And oh, actually we see a weird, what is this? Assimilator? A random assimilator in the middle of the map, or at least across Zakro's base. I'm not sure what this is used for. You do not see this every day. Oh, okay. So he is gonna go for... Interesting. Wow. So he's gonna actually use the assimilator to mine gas, and then you can mine minerals right afterwards, and then just keep mining the minerals so that it can disappear, and maybe he can open up a pathway there for a proxy. But this is really interesting. We don't usually see this strategy every day. We'll see what Australia goes for, what he's up to. But in the meantime, he's gonna actually go ahead and try to harass with these adepts, maybe even get some scouting. But he does not see the Roach Warren, so this is gonna be pretty late scouting by Australia, as he's not gonna scout these. Oh, actually bypasses these roaches, so he's kind of in the dark, like seriously in the dark. No shield batteries on the way, only Orcos. No void rays on the way for Australia to help defend against this. This is going to be pretty scary for Australia. He will dive in with the Orco, but will nicely defended by Daizacro. Has the 2 queens as well as the spore crawler, so he is safe. But man, this attack is commencing pretty soon. And will Austria scout this? He does bypass the lanes, but does not retreat. Oh, he does retreat now, so he knows something is up. Warp gate is done, but attack is now commencing. And will he be able to defend this? The roaches gonna bust through this. Austria frantically trying to wall this off, but actually Austria with these oracles, because he wasn't using these oracles to attack across the map, has enough energy to pretty much clean this whole thing up. But how many workers will Austria lose? So far it's looking pretty good actually. He needs to re-wall this with a depth ore and a pylon. And actually, let's see, how many workers? 9 workers total killed. I think Austria held that pretty well, considering he didn't scout that until like the last second. And again, he created the opening with the mineral lines, and now he's able to shade in with these adepts, get some additional drone kills. Now remember, Daizacro committed a lot of workers or larvae to make these this roach and ling attack, and with the later dirt base, the dirt hatchery, any drone kills by Austria is going to be really important. Immediately we see a oh my god, almost a 15 worker lead by Austria, and you definitely do not want to be in that much of a worker deficit against a Protoss, especially with a late third hatchery where you have limited amount of larvae to make drones and commit to drone production. And looks like Austria is gonna go ahead and send an additional depth shade while attacking with the Orko. Gonna go ahead and try to distract him, and again, all he needs to do is keep sacrificing these 2 adepts, get any additional drone kills. That forces Daizacro to, you know, use those larvae to, instead of making army, make those drones. Daizacro finally does scout this random assimilator. He must be thinking, like, what in the world is this? A proxy assimilator? Where do you see that every day? Anyhow, we see some even more drone kills by these adepts and Orko harass, and might actually get, yeah, he does get this queen. But the most important thing is that he does scout the spire. That is the most important thing. You know, Zerg players, once they go down, they need units to kind of come back into the game. Some choose lurkers, but some choose mutas. And if you scout the mutas as a Protoss player, that is the #1 thing that helps you defend against that, because that gives you enough time to make those phoenixes or even go for a timing push. And remember, Australia went for a Stargate opening, so his access to the phoenix production, if you choose to do so, is right there already. So he can actually start producing phoenix if he wanted to, but instead it looks like Australia is deciding to go ahead and just research blink, use the blink stalkers to defend instead of the phoenix, and just attack right before the Mulus can be made. And this is a nice timing by Australia. But will he commit it? It does not seem he's making more additional units. He's just using this to scare Daizacro to making ground units instead of the Mutalists. Look at all the roaches, the ravagers that he forced Daizacro to produce, and now all his gas is depleted. No more gas to help fund those Mutalist production, and pretty much that spire is now sitting useless. Oh, some nice additional drone kills. Nice cash there at dirt base. No spore crawlers to defend against that. And Daizacro, knowing yeah, his Mutalist play is not going to be working out. And with the additional drone kills, there's just too much of a deficit for Daizacro, as you can see in the army tab. Just too much army for Austria. Even the resources way ahead for Austria. So nicely done by Austria, pulling out a really unique strategy with that proxy assimilator. Don't see that every day. I wonder if that is going to make it into the meta and like more Protoss players is going to start doing that. But definitely fun looking at different weird and new strategies by Australia here. So Alpha X claiming the second win will go to match point. And we're going to head into game number 3, which will be on the map of New Repungency. We'll see if Alpha X can claim the third victory and win this 3-0, or if Nocturnal Gamers is going to go ahead and start a comeback, at least get the first point on the scoreboard. We shall see here. Alright, got all the players in the lobby here, and we shall start as soon as these players are ready here. And looks like Cinder's ready. Alright, and here we go. Countdown has begun. Alright, let's go ahead, update the scoreboard. It's going to be 2-0. Alright, spawning at the bottom left, we have our blue Terran player from Alpha X. He is Sinner. And spawning at the top right, we have our red Terran player. He is from Nocturnal Gamer, or I guess from his clan tag is perfect, so maybe he's a mercenary or something. It is 0. Oops, wrong name here. Let's go ahead and fix that. 0. Alright, TBT on New Repungency. So you know, I gotta say, it's always great to see Nocturnal Gamers, or at least play against them, because they're one of the long-standing team. They've been around in StarCraft 2 community like forever, so it's always great to see them. They've been a long participant in the Americas Pro division here in Alpha Team League. And yeah, they've been historically a pretty decent team, pretty solid, strong team. And we shall see if they can make a good run, at least to the playoffs, and have a chance to take on the crown. But in the meantime, we're here in week 1, seeing which team will claim the first victory of the season. Always great to have a good start when the season is so short and all the games are means much more. So let's say, you know, basketball and football, American football, not the soccer football, but in American football, the NFL, they have a regular season of 16 games, and then the NBA has a regular season of 82 games. So, you know, the 82 games, it runs long. You have a lot of games during the season, and you know, if you go on a, let's say, a 3-game losing streak, like, you're okay, you're still okay. You know, you can, plenty of chances to make it up. But in the NFL, you know, 16-game season, like, the 3-game losing streak can pretty much cost you your playoff berth. So so all the games means a bit more, and you know, the players go more all out in those NFL games. While the NBA season, you can pretty much pace yourself. You can take a game off. You can, you know, pretty much chill, maybe a game or two throughout the whole season. Oh, thank you to, let's see here, Gideon. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. And like I said, those games means much more in the NFL. So it's kind of pretty much the same here in the ATL Americas Pro division, especially with 5 weeks. It seems only 5 weeks of games. But there is a big prize pool for the #1 spot in the NA Pro division, as well as the EU Pro division. But let's get back into the game here. We have a nice drop by Sinner, actually abusing the non-map vision of Zero, and that will allow him to get at least 8 drone kills, or not drone kills, SCV kills. I should actually tell them to use the Game Heart or WC mod next, because doesn't look like he's making the WCS mod or the Game Heart mod. I forgot. No, the WCS mod. Anyhow, nice tank positioning. We'll be able to defend against this. You know, the first mistake is shame on Zero for not getting the map vision, but if he's doing the same tactics, then shame on. Oh, actually, shame on. Let's see. Shame first time, if it's a mistake by yourself, is shame on the other opponent, and then it is you get to lose the same amount, same workers with the same strategy. Then shame on yourself because you didn't, you know, you didn't counter it by getting the map vision on the edge of your main base. But anyhow, good snipe on the Medivacs, and let's see, worker count, kill count is up to 14. So nicely done by Sinner. Now he's enjoying a 33-24 worker lead, and oh, nice, using some double worker harass with the Liberator. Oh my god, some this attack is just getting out of hand. This is becoming ridiculous. Now up to 16 kills, and those Reapers still alive, so he can come back in later on to get some additional SCV kills. And Sinner now, he's pretty much got this really nice advantage, and all he needs to do is not screw it up. Oh, actually, maybe this is the reason why Zero was having difficulty defending against that double prong harass, because he actually has 600 ping, which is never a good thing. And he must be from EU or something, because 600 ping is a lot. And that's why we had, I mean, assuming he's from EU, that's why the NA Pro division and the EU Pro division, because it caters to both regions. So
game resumed.
You will usually see a lot more European players playing in the Euro Pro division. But if you got an EU player playing in the NA Pro division, you know, ping is something that, you know, you'll have to deal with, because that's just how it is. That's how it's set up. And now with the main and natural being stabilized, I think Zero is looking to go ahead and get some SCV kills of his own. He's gonna go ahead and send these 2 Reapers. And what do we have here in Sinner's base? Doesn't actually have anything. All his forces is outside in the natural area. However, it looks like These Reapers are just chilling here. And oh, we have some Reaper Strike Force by Sinner. Gonna go ahead and finally gets cleaned up by Zero, and total of 21 workers. Let's see if Zero can get 21 workers of his own. I don't think so. These Reapers are let's just say they're not the beefiest of units. And looks like he will end up only getting 3. But the main attack here is outside of Sinner's base. Now, this is Sinner's dirt base. Zero does not have a dirt base. Doesn't even have a dirt base on the way. So, Zero, if he wants to get back into this game, will definitely have to win or at least get significant damage with this attack. Oh, these tanks of Zero does get a good amount of Marines, but Sinner with 3 tanks of his own should be able to hold this back. But actually, you know what? Zero does have the air superiority, so I mean, he can pretty much just slow push, inch forward slowly by slowly. Oh, that's a big pick off by Sinner. Gets the Raven. Now he just needs to make sure he can at least build up his Viking count. Maybe snipe and then repair, snipe and repair. But actually, Sinner is going to go ahead and feel confident that he can defend against this. Will just load 2 medevacs in the worth of Marines and just go ahead and try to snipe Zero's dirt base. But in fact, he doesn't even have a dirt base, so he's just going to go ahead and march into the natural, I presume, as soon as he scout no dirt base. But in the meantime, Sinner, he's kind of slowly, you know, defending against this, building up his Viking count. Oh, but he's got to be careful. Does not want his Vikings to get sniped out. Those Vikings are going to be important to make sure that these tanks don't advance further and further. And here we go. Sinner scouting no dirt base, will march into the natural, but Zero got the tank siege up already. I think he should be okay, but I think Sinner's going to go ahead and snipe it out. No buffer for those tanks, and Sinner gonna go ahead and take game number 3 for Alpha X. Well done. Just doing too much harass with the Reaper and the Liberators in the beginning of the game. Nice harass. Unfortunate for Zero, had to deal with some ping issues. Wasn't able to defend against those harass as efficiently and as quickly. But anyhow, there it is, guys. Alpha X will take it 3-0 and win week 1 of this match, the series against Nocturnal Gamers. And hopefully we'll see Nocturnal Gamers bounce back and see them in the playoffs. So good luck to them. But in the meantime, thank you to all our players, our captains, Nocturnal Gamers players as well, and captains. And we'll see them, or we'll see you guys next time, as this pretty much wraps it up. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. And this is your friendly neighborhood puppy dog signing out.
Nuclear missile ready.